I'm about to make a journal. Let me turn this light on. I'm about to make a journal for a coworker. Today was her birthday, and I said, "Why you tell me it was your birthday?" And she like, "Who tells people it's their birthday? Who walks around like, really? It's my birthday tomorrow. We grown." I was like, "I know, I know, but you know what I'm saying. You should say something to me. I'm gonna make you something." So she said, "Okay." So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make her a little journal. I tried to get all my stuff out already, okay? So that I can kind of zip through it to put it together for tonight. How y'all doing and everything, right? Y'all all right? Everybody's okay? I hope so. All right. So we opening up this cereal box and we're going to make a little junk journal. That's what we're going to do. All right. So first things first, I still got some of these pieces and parts up here from what I was making the other day. I might use them. Who in the world knows? I don't know. I don't plan to do the whole journal tonight, but I plan to be on here until I finish the parts that I want to make tonight, okay? All right. It's right now 6:24 p.m. where I am. 6:24 p.m. And I'll probably be on here for 2 hours. Right, for 2 hours. Okay, because I'm going to make the journal cover. I'm going to sew in the signatures. That means I got to trim all this stuff off. These edges that I don't need. Go across all the seams and everything where the folds are from the cereal box. Cut those off and everything. And then we can get to it. Hey, vegan. How you doing, sweets? And we're going to make this journal tonight. We hanging out, okay? Y'all got time to hang out with me, cook a meal, eat while I'm putting this thing together, put the laundry in, take it out, and put it in the dryer, okay? You got time to do all of that. That's how long I'm going to be on here, okay? Anybody laughing with me now? Because I'm not laughing. I'm serious. I'm be on here, okay? Some of my people know they ain't seen me in a minute because I don't be on here too often. Often, okay, however you want to say it. All right, so I'm going to take these two sides off because I don't think the spine need to be this wide. Let's measure this thing because I don't think it needs to be this wide. I am going to make it 4 signatures though. So this is like 2, wait a minute. This is like 2 and almost 3/4. Okay, 2 3/4. That is too wide, and I'm not going to make it that wide. Okay, so I have to separate this piece out of the spine and cut that down some because I don't want the spine to be this big. All right, so we're taking this piece off the cereal box. That's the back. This is the front and everything. And we're going to cut this down. See, that's what I knew. It looked like when I cut the edges off, it wasn't completely, you know what I'm saying, even. So I was like, okay, let's just cut it down anyway. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, let me turn this around because this board that I have got a little, I got it at the thrift store. Maybe somebody had it up against a radiator. I'm not sure. There's a little hump in there and everything. So I got to try and put this over here. Let me cut this whole thing off because this is just not even, it's not going to work, okay? It's part of the little edging of the fold is here, and then part of it isn't. So let's just get rid of, see how that came off, and then this piece is real thin in the middle so we can have it kind of flush. All right, let's do this one the same way and even it out. No matter which end, just line this one up some kind of way with, let me see. Oh, I almost cut my hand. I have to be very careful. What in the world? We don't want no accident like that to happen. That's not okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is edge this just about right here. just to get all this ragged edge off. See? And then come together with this and get that straightened out some, okay? That's what we're going to do over here. And then we are going to, it don't matter whether it's upside down or whatever, it don't matter. See, that's the front, now that's upside down. But these the two are straightened up, so I'm going to leave it like that because it's not important. And then I'm going to set them evenly down here to this, and I'm going to cut it at 9. Okay? I'm going to cut this at 9 so that I can get this where I want it for the height of the journal. 9 is here and here. I'm going to slide this down to make sure it's on my line. Okay? Because now I moved it, but this take a little bit of effort. You got to do something and make sure it's good for yourself. Okay? And then we can get rid of the part of the box we don't need. Like this. Let me slide that lock down. Okay, we'll need that piece. And we'll need that. Okay, we can use it for something perhaps, but we need to get rid of that. And then we're going to set this here. We're going to get both of them straightened up now. Set this on the 4 and the 12, so that's nice and even. And then we want to cut this over to 7. Okay, so I'm going to mark it. It's about just a little bit. So I'm going to mark this just with my eyes. It don't have to be perfect. Okay, so now I can see that cut. And that cut is going to drop us into 7 inches across for the width of the book. All right, lining this up. Let me slide over to this line because it's kind of on that hump, and I don't want it to be on that hump. Let's slide up a little bit so I can be with the line total, top and bottom. And then we're going to take this much off. Okay, so now that's the size of our journal, okay? It looks like it's about right. It still looks uneven to me, but it might be okay. Let's measure this thing again. All right, we're going down here. And that says that's just 8. That's why it looks short like this. Okay, but whatever it is, that's the size it's going to be. Okay, this says it's 8 in height. That's what it says. Well, we can't add nothing to it, and I'm not going to get another box. I have a million of them, but we're not going to get another one, okay? We're going to use 8, and 8's going to be just fine, okay? Journals come in all sizes. So long as that matches that, that's okay. And then this one, I think, might be a little bit too peely. So we'll set that over there. And we'll use the other end, which I put where? Let me see, underneath. Yes, right here. Okay, and we're going to cut this down. This was 2 3/4. So we're going to cut this thing down. And we're going to make this about 2, because I have 4 signatures separated. All right, let me get a pencil this time. Just a small little pencil. We'll make this 2. Yeah, that should be enough to get 4 signatures in there. All right, so we're going to cut this down. Line this line up with this line and that line. And then cut this down. So I'm going to start this journal tonight, and then I'm going to finish like decorating it or whatever tomorrow. And this side is not totally even, so we're going to make it even. So it's not, lumpy in the middle of trying to bind it together. We want that to be like that with a space and a gap. It's too much. All right. Slide this up. Let me see. I need to slide this right here and still over a little bit. Okay. And then I can get this off of here. This little edge. Okay, now we're going to measure this to this so we can have the exact height for the book. Okay, and we're just going to put a little cut right there, and then we'll take that piece off. I should use the line. You should always use the line so you can try and be as even as you can get it. Okay, some people perfect with this thing. Hold on. That's what happens when you don't hold the ruler straight. And that's the purpose of having a cork back on these tear rulers or whatever. Because, see, it keeps sliding. And I didn't want to buy one, but I bought one because I saw how necessary it was. I usually use it, just the cork bottom kind. So it can hold the paper and not be sliding like that. Because you can have an accident and that might not be a good thing, okay? It's all right if you mess up the paper cut, but it won't be good if you mess up your hand and cut it, okay? Your hand, your finger, anything like that. All right? So, safe is better than sorry. But sometimes we, not using what we should be using and we can have an accident. We don't want to do that. Okay? So this should be all good now. Let's turn this around. Keep that over there. And all this should match up. All right, so this and this and this should match up to this line, and it does. And that's what we want, okay? We want to give it a little bit like a little teeny gap of, half an inch, quarter of an inch, something like that, a quarter of an inch gap so that you can have some fold space for your journal to open and close and be functional, okay? Now, I had a roll of tape over here because I was working with the other book. The paper, but since I don't see it, I'll just get one. And that's simple enough because it's probably buried up underneath those journals right there, and I don't got time for it. So we'll just use this one. All right, just some masking tape. Okay, and then we can put a little bit of glue with it to secure it. I'm just use this El Cheapo. It's pretty good glue, but it's not my Scotch Create because I don't want to use that on this. Man, it could, but you don't have to. You just need something to help it hold a little bit better. That's all. All right, let's put some on here because this stuff dry and it'll drink this glue real quick. But this, what you call it, scotch, not the scotch, this masking tape that I have is kind of old, and it's also a 3M. It's kind of old, so it's getting kind of caramelized, and it's also a little more sticky than the other glue that the other tape I was going to use, because that one is more blonde than this. All right, we can use this too. Just add that little piece. And then we have that. And slide this over and do this one. Just like that. Put this side. And then this is a little teeny bit cut in a way that doesn't look so flush, but it's okay for this process because it's just to hold this together. And it'll hold just fine, okay? All right, so now we have that there. If I pull this too fast, it'll rip because it's kind of stuck together the way washi tape like to do. Okay, so you gotta be gentle, which makes it keep curling up like this. All right, and then we'll set this down here. Slide it over while you're setting it down. And hold on. No, 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 no. No, no. Let's put one side and straighten this up. Make sure it's enough gap in there. Can we get it open a little bit more down here? All right, that's good. All right, and now we have that. Now this side is the glossy side, so I like to use my sanding block and just give it a little bit of sanding here just to take some of the sheen off so it can adhere better, okay? And if you use a stronger tape, you won't have to be worrying about that because it'll be all right. Some people use the paper tape is brown and it looks like brown paper bag. And so that might be a stronger tape. And I see that Pam at the Paper Outpost, she used Tyvek tape sometimes. Well, we ain't buying none of that, okay? Maybe when we get some other kind of finances. See how this do? Not good. Okay, put that there. We'll come back and use that. Put this on here. Roll that one around. And just add a piece on here. And just get enough to roll that one around. And then we'll see about that other piece. Okay, let's see, can we get this open without it tan everywhere? Don't think so. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, this might need another little swab, swipe, rub, and then we'll get enough to wrap that around. Hold on. To the other edge, and just enough for this one. All right. And then we can tear this off, and then we'll finish with this part. Okay? And now we have this. And now we need this bone folder to rub these two tapes together so that they can grab and play together and be nice. So when you fold, it will be all together like that. Okay? And then we'll do this one. And this one. Now that should be good. And you can fold it out this way and fold it out this way. Now you make sure all that's okay. All right? Now what we want to do is cover this. I'm going to cover this with some paper because I don't want this to show up through my cover. Okay? So you just give it a little rub. Okay, and this here, okay, and then this always be on my hand like that when I do it, but it's okay. Now I'm going to use this good glue because this going to hold it better, and I don't want it to make it too moist because I want to be able to sew the stuff in here. All right, so put some of this down real nice. And then we're going to add some white paper. Not white, I'm going to use manila color paper to cover this before I put the fabric on it. Put it right up close to the crease where it's got a fold not on it, but right up against it. And press that out. And that should still fold. And then do this side the same way. Okay. Come all the way over to the edges real good. I'm going to have to run and get one of these because those two in there, they might be flat like this. I don't know if it is, but we'll see. All right. Put this one right there, just like we did the other one. And then, oh, hold on, it's not up far enough. Hold on. Oh, I'm so glad I could get that off. Slide this up a little bit higher. Come on. Because it wasn't all the way over this end. And now it's over too far. It's getting ready to be too late to get it all off. These things happen. You got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for it. Because sometimes you can't get this paper back off. All right. I think it's going to be fine. I got it. Okay. I think it'll be okay. Press it down real good. All right. And this one looks like it's pretty good. Just make sure I get these ends all together here. All right, and then all that's pretty much down, I think. Hold on. All right, and then come back over here. Try to make sure we just got it all the way to the edges. That's what we want to make sure. All right. And then this part, if it can roll back, you need to glue it down because it's not going to be helpful if it's moving back. All right? It's not going to be helpful. So now that we got that together, now we can trim all this paper off. Okay. And I'm going to look at that spine again because I might not need to put none on the spine. I'm thinking, how am I going to wrap this with the piece of material that I have right here? It's the same color as this manila paper, so it should cover nice. And I'm going to put a piece of scrapbooking paper in here. So I might add a piece of fabric to the spine. I never did a hidden spine. I watch people do it. I've never tried it, but maybe I'll try it for this one and see what happens. Because, you know, you got to try sometimes, Joanne. And I'll be trying because I don't know how to do this stuff. Okay? I'm still learning. Every time you see me making a journal, I'm practicing because I don't know how to do this stuff. Okay? But the stuff I've done, the things I've done, turned out pretty cool. Yeah, I might have to add some paper to this. But if I put fabric on it, there's no need to add paper to it. So let's think about putting fabric, because when you're doing your spine, you got to consider that you have things to sew in. And since you have things to sew in, you don't want to put too much stuff on here, because then it becomes a problem trying to sew it in. Okay? So now that I have this covered nicely, I'm going to choose a scrapbook paper from this paper pad right here, Recollections. Okay? And let's see which one I think. I think it's the same thing on both sides. Well, that's the side, okay? Some of these things got, two sides to it. So let me see which one. I'm thinking maybe she said no pink. That's what she said. I said, make you something that's going to be pretty. She said, okay. I said, what's your favorite color? She said, no pink. I said, okay. So no pink. All right. That's kind of cute. Let's see. I don't like stars. I was looking at that one. This one's kind of cool too. Maybe I'll use this one. Maybe this. But do we have two? Because I need two. Let me see. I need 2 pieces of this. No, that's one. Maybe I don't have two. What's this? It's 2 of those. And it's 2 of these. I want this thing here. All right, let's see. All these are green, yellows, and purples. All right. What's this? I don't know about that. Let me see. It's 4 of these. Golly, it's 4 of them. Okay. None of this. Let's use this thing. I don't really know what to use. I wanted to use that. So maybe we'll use that in something else. And since it's 4 of these, we'll take 2 of them. All right. And put this back. Because I ain't see but one of those. I didn't use it. If I did, I don't know what I used it on. This one look kind of cool too. Which one I like now? I don't even know. Decisions. All right, this may look like more pink. These dots. Let's use this thing. I ain't sure what to use. She said no pink, and this look like, I don't know. I was trying to find something that was more red or something, because she said she was going to choose her sorority, and her sorority is Delta. So that's why I'm trying to be a little bit particular with the color, and this would have been kind of close, even though that's kind of like a pink flower thingy, whatever it is. I don't know, but this one is cool. Let's see, do we have 2 of them? Yeah, we do. Let's go with this, looking like some kind of circle bricks. We'll go with this one. I don't know how much I like it, but maybe she'll love it. All right. Okay. That's what we'll try. I'm trying to avoid the pink, okay? And give her some red, but I didn't want to make a red journal. She would say, make it red. I'm be like, oh no, I ain't making no red. You ain't getting red. How you gonna tell them they can't have red when you ask them the favorite color? They say it's sorority. I don't want to make red. Okay? I don't want to. But, okay, we got this. Maybe that'll look cool. I don't really know. Let me see if I have a new one of these things. No? Empty. I mean, some in there, but I got to dig it out. And we're not digging right now, but we might dig. Okay. So here we go. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Put this tape back here. And we're going to put this on here kind of fast because this little cardboard is dry. And it will take all of this glue and drink it up quick. All right. So we're going around here like this. Add a little bit to this tape. And hurry up and stick it down. Make it a little bit taller than the spine, so it can, than the top of the book, so it can just fit the whole thing fast. All right, so we have that one down. It's not bending the paper, so that's good. Okay, now let's do this one. It's not that much glue in here. That's it. Now it's going to be on the green. But it's okay. We can use this. It's fast. It sticks good. Okay, it sticks real good. All right. Rub that down there and come on around. All right. Hold on. Put this on here. Rub it around real quick. And go. Hurry up. Put this down. A little bit above. Hold on. Move over. All right. Rub it all around the edges so it can be on there good. All right. And now we have all that together. Hold on. This big bubble of glue right there. All right. Let's trim this one off. And then trim this one. And then we can get to the fabric. Putting that piece on any journal for me is always tricky. It's always tricky, never easy, always intimidating in some sense to me. But you gotta kind of work with this stuff and hope you're doing it right and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, man, this is not okay. Sticky. Sticky. Oh, man. It's chewing this paper up. I'm glad I'm getting ready to wrap it with fabric because it's definitely a problem, as you can see. As you can see. All right. All right, so we got that all done. Let me see about this real quick. Because we got to try and help these out real quick. So you can't do nothing else. Just a little sanding block. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. And get this glue off of here real quick. Yeah, it should be all right now. Feels better. All right, so now we have that. And this is the inside. Almost looks good for it to be outside. That would have been good if I had thought about it, and I probably could still make it that way. I probably could and still add some fabric. So this is the piece that I took off of an Essence magazine. I was thinking about using this for her cover. I knew it wasn't going to be, you know, like I could use the whole thing because, child, I need these to act right. But I said I should be able to cut it in some kind of fashion. I just thought I wanted to use it for her journal. Not sure, but I don't even know which way to cut it. So I'm just going to cut it like this, and let's see what happens, because I don't really know how I want to cut it. Okay? But I thought it was very cool. That is very cool. Okay? It is very cool. I don't want to take too much of the ground away. And I might use my pink and shears. We'll come back to that in a minute. But let me determine, will that look good on this side? I don't know if it will. I think I'll stick to my outside because that's what I was thinking about. Okay, so let this remain on the inside, and we have to discover our top and bottom. Okay, so right now this is the scan bar, so that can be the bottom, and this will be the top. Where's my marker? I'll just put a B on here so I can, or a T up here, don't matter. You need to say something to yourself, okay? So now we have that, and I want to move this because I done sanded this stuff, and this little dusty stuff is all over this board, and I need to use a wipe. That's what I need. I just need to use a wipe. And where did I put them at? Because I have plenty of them. I don't see the ones that belong right here. So this one pack right here of my work bag. And we can use one of them. So I can't get this little sandy stuff on the material, or else it's going to be a mess. I don't want that. So we'll wipe this up and get this cleaned up right here. And then I'm going to put this board up because this one is loppy. And I cut on it, but I won't be doing all the work on there because it's loppy. Okay? All these things are over here. Let's wipe all this and get all this together. Okay, just clean up this little area just for a second, and then we can use this board, okay, so that we don't have too many problems and mess up the material. All right, so I'm going to put this in here, and this is what I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to use this. It was a t-shirt. I was making some shirts I like to write on my clothes, and I was making a shirt the other day, and I messed up. So I cut that piece out and said, don't throw the shirt away. You can use this for a journal one day. And here's the day. Here is the day. So I'm just cutting up the side of the t-shirt so that I can get this piece off the front, and perhaps it will be enough for the whole journal. And I'm just going to cut across here because, you know, you don't need to go all the way up to the neck because that's not going to be anything that's going to help out this process of trying to cover this journal. You just need one long piece that can work for the cover. Before I cut it all the way down, I'm going to look at it and see, because I only need one piece to wrap all the way around on this side like this. And that should do it just fine. Okay, so I'm going to cut this about, leave a little bit of hangover here. It's rolling up because that's what t-shirts do. And I'm just going to cut it about here because you got to stretch it and you don't need too much because it's a t-shirt. Okay, not a bed sheet. If it was a bed sheet, you might have to cut it a little bit wider because that material don't stretch like a t-shirt. So we're gonna just use what we need and not too much extra. Okay. And then we'll cover it. Put that up there. And we're going to use this over here. So now, while this is going to wrap around, I didn't put anything extra on the spine because this is going to be here. And even if I'm going to sew in the signatures, I still can put a piece of fabric, a lace or something right here. And it can be the hidden spine if I dare to try it. Okay? So that's where I'm at with that. Now, we have this, and it's going to wrap around. I'm going to take this edge off right here because this is extra material, and we don't need that either because it'll make it too bulky, and you don't want bulk because that can be a problem when you're trying to glue it down and get it to stay in place, and it won't look nice when you put your signatures in either. So we're going to just have it flat as we can have it and everything. So this is going this way. We'll measure it up and make sure we'll need all of this to be this wide and like this. Because you know what I mean? You're going to stretch it. It's almost to the middle. You just don't need it to do that. Okay? So we're going to drop it back some. We need just a little bit. Drop it back some more. And that should be good like that. Okay, I don't even know, maybe like an inch, 1 inch is enough material. Because by the time you tack it down with the glue and everything, it's going to be more than enough. All right, so about 1 inch on the top and the bottom and on the sides. That's about it. That's all I need. Okay, so I'm going to put this down with some of this glue stick. I need a new one again. This had some still. All right. So we're going to rub it all the way over, just like when we put the paper down. Maybe y'all can't see it. Let me slide this over. Okay. We're going to rub. Make it nice and covered and gooey like, because even though it's gooey with a glue stick, it's not wet glue, so it's going to adhere and everything, but it's going to stick, and this glue stick is definitely going to stick. It's just like Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix. I don't really know about the what's that one called, what they call it. I think they call it Barely Art Glue. It's like a glitter glue, something like that. I don't know the name of it. I think it's Barely Art or something. But anyway, I don't know. I've never used that or Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix, but a lot of people use Fabri-Tac and Fabri-Fix. So now I have to add some of this to here because this has to be glued down, but I don't want it to be in my spine crease. So I'm just putting it on the outside of the glue, the tape on the outside of the, I guess you call it like the divot or something like that. And I just want it to be on this, not in the grooves. That's right, the grooves, because then that can be a problem. That can be a problem if you do that. All right, so now this one is down and we have to be digging this one out. All right, one more. I hope it's some in here. If not, I'm going to have to go get one. Oh, good. Some in here. All right, now I'll put this on. Nice and good. And then we're going to make sure we stretch this out like this before we lay it down, so we can have a little bit of play for the groove of the spine, but not too much where it's going to be wrinkled and bubbly under the fabric. Okay. Just got to make sure you get this stuff everywhere because you can't really see it on the angle that I'm sitting. I can't, see how it's paper bubbling up because it's wet. All right, now flatten that out and then do that. And this should still have a nice fold in there. And then get this one together. And that should be all able to move. All right, then I'm going to cut this extra fabric off of here because it's not needed. There's a lot of it, see that? But it's best when you're doing it this way, for me, to have more than I need so that I'm not trying to stretch it and it's too much stretch and then it don't lay right because it was too much cut away. You didn't have enough fabric. So I put a little bit too much, but not too much, so I don't waste it. I told y'all every time I'm doing these journals, I'm practicing. All right, so cut this off, and then we can use this for a closure or something on another kind of journal another day. Then we cut this down. Don't cut too much off of there because you need to make sure that it wrap around your corners or else your little pieces of this stuff will be poking out. And they don't want that to happen either because that don't make it look as professional as you're trying to make it when it's a handmade book. Okay? This is not a tutorial over here, but in case somebody is trying to follow me, I'm trying to tell them things that I do know, okay? All right. I'm coming up here a little bit, very thin, but I still need to take some of it off. So it might look like, well, you ain't really taking nothing off of there, but it don't matter that it doesn't look like I'm taking too much off. What matters is to make sure you don't leave too much on. That's what matters. Because you don't want it to be too bulky. Okay? Because whether I'm on making videos like I used to regularly, okay? I used to be on here 2 times a day, 3 times a day sometimes. But I'm always watching Pam at the Paper Outpost, watching her almost every day. Almost every day, a couple times a day sometimes. Because I love this stuff. I probably brought home like 12 books since Friday from school because they always giving away free books. And I probably brought 12 books home and I said, girl, you keep bringing these books home, you're not even making journals. My crossroads is real right now. So I'm just trying to get through where I am and stay focused because this stuff can get weighty sometimes and you just trying to figure it out and you can't figure it out. You just got to work through it and wait on it. And that's where I'm at. I'm on a work through it and wait on it season. So I just do what I can do when it comes to keeping my mind occupied. And sometimes I want to make a video, but sometimes I just be like, I ain't making no video. I had a couple different things I was doing with the YouTube shorts, and I was making this trashy junk journal videos in my little composition book. I threw all that trash away the other day, so I ain't making no more of these. It took me a minute to think about it, and at first I was like, people like this. And when I be making those videos, I get a lot of views. People be watching that stuff. They, because a lot of people be thinking, this is trash. You're supposed to be using trash, So people be watching it. And shorts go fast because, it's 60 seconds. People ain't got no time to be watching all this stuff because they want to watch all the stuff, okay? So 60 seconds, but I threw all my trash away. And I had a whole lot. I had a whole box full of all kinds of stuff, nice things that, is trash, but you're going to say nice things that you can use to make those kind of videos that I've been saving over the course of the last year and a half. And I threw all of it away. I said, oh, it's going to be recycle day tomorrow. All this trash is going out. When I came home from work, I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm not getting ready to make a video. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. And then it came to my mind, today is recycle trash day. Go out, put trash out. And I said, oh, yeah, you said you're going to throw all that stuff away. And I came right in this little living room and got it and threw it away. And I said, but we're not going to be throwing away our junk journal stuff. Because one day, this little season is going to be over that I'm in. See, this is too much paper to me. This is too much paper. So I might have to put something else right here, but we'll think about it in a minute because right now, so some people take this piece and they put it on last. They put this down on top of this so it can cover this edge, and I didn't do that. So you can do it that way, or you can do it like this and you can put lace or whatever. So since I was thinking about the hidden spine, I just covered this, and I didn't even think about this edge right here. But it's not the end of the world because this is junk journal. You can make it whatever you want to make it. Okay, and it's going to come out nice. You just have to see it to the end and keep going. Yes, I am digging out my glue. Somebody said, is she digging this glue out? Yes, I am. I am digging it out because you got to save some money somewhere. And for those who want to throw it away, I let them because I ain't in their house telling them nothing. I don't write it in the comments or nothing. I just watch their video, like it, and comment if I'm doing that, and keep going. That's all. That's all you got. You ain't got no time to worry about what nobody else is going to be doing with their stuff. But I'm over here showing you what I'm doing. Okay? When we throw our tubes away, it's empty. Okay? Because they put that glue all the way down in there. And I want to make sure I use it and get it all the way up out of there. That's all. It's not being cheap, it's being wise. That's what I'm saying. When I was growing up, they used to say, waste not, want not. That's what they used to say. Okay? So, we over here using this. It's like Maxwell House. They said it's good to the last drop. Okay? Folger, somebody said it. All right, and now I need something else because my bone folder not thin enough to get it out the bottom. See all that? Well, I'm going to throw all that away. I can use that. It's a whole lot. Okay? It's a whole lot. All right, and then we just stretch it right on out with this bone folder. And then put that down. It's going to be nice. Don't worry. I know it's like, oh, you got this right here. I do. It's going to be fine. I got a lot of different kinds of fabric trims and things like that. I can just come along, make it beautiful. It's going to be fine. Okay? All right. That's how we're going to do that. And let's see. It's one more. It's one more little turnaround. Might be one more. You're never sure. But we're getting it all. And then we need a little piece in here. Make sure you get this little corner, because if you don't, it will pop up. Stick that right in there. And then come this way. There's still some in here. Put that in there. And then I think it's one more little turn. I know. It's just a little bit. But I'm getting it. And we'll move on. And there we go. Okay. That's one. Let's put this in here. And then we'll get this one, because this is the next one that we got finished using. It's a little bit of rub in here. Okay. Press that down. And get this in here. All right. Hold on. All right. And then it's a little bit right here. Oh, you don't have enough? We got some more for you right here. Okay. And then we got this in. And we're just about done with this part. All right. Put a piece on here so that can fold and hold. Fold and hold. Okay. And then come down here with the rest. All right. Rub it on here and everything. And then we can get one more piece. One more. I think that should do it. I think. Maybe. All right. I gotta rub this off. All right. All right. And then push that down. This piece. Okay. This is still coming up. We can't have that. You cannot come up. You have to stay in place. All right. Now we have that. Okay? And this is how it looks. And this is how that looks. Okay? So now let's put this down here. This piece looks like it's not folded in too good. Let me pull this up and fold this tighter. I need some more glue because I pulled it up. I need to make sure it can stay down. All right. Pull that, and then let's get a piece for that too. Make sure. All right. And then press that. Okay. Now, that's that. We got all of this, and we're going to put some trim on this stuff in a minute. But while this sits somewhere and dry, we're going to work on these signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. they have 20 sheets of paper in each one of them, okay? I already put this stuff together so that I can try and not make the video too long, but just focus, okay? So we're going to clip this one over here, and we're going to clip this one down here, like that. And then this piece, we're going to fold, let me clip it here. Fold it over first. Try to hold it while you fold it, so that you can keep them all together. All right. And then clip it down here. We got 2 pieces of painted paper in here. And then we have 2 pieces of this tea-dyed notebook paper, which is like, you know, from a regular spiral notebook. Then we got coffee dyed and that manila paper and some regular white copy paper. So that's in all of them. Oh, I folded that one. I forgot. I almost forgot. Because most of the times I don't be using these papers like this. I only put them in the journals that I'm thinking about. And I'm not always thinking about it because I don't be making these journals like that. I've been making journals that people just want like a journal. They don't want no junk journal. So I pull some of these papers, specialty papers. That's what Pam called them, specialty papers, so that you can use them as signature papers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a piece, belly band pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many I got. 7, 8, 9. Isn't that gorgeous? That's so beautiful. I got all kinds of pretty books. And then this, I said the extra I was going to cut. But I don't want to sew this in. I said I was going to cut this out. So let's put that up there. Now, what number was I on? I don't remember. Let's just put this together here. And then we'll count them again. We got magazine papers and cookbook papers and mathematics papers and some papers out of something called America, something about America. Let me see if the paper tell me. I'll look and see in a minute. Something about America. Then this is one of the pages that came out of the same book as this paper. It's fun and games, but we're going to use this. This is pretty hard, like a card style. This was something I was using. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 12 and 4. So 3 for each signature. And then this is an extra one, so I'll use that too. So I'll take 3 pieces for each signature. I'll take this, make this one, and then I'll take these. This book was called, let's see, America's Homegrown Gifts to the World, but that's not the name of the book. It's something about America. I forgot the name of it. Something American or America's something. But whatever it is. 1, 2, and 3. So that's another one. And then 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. All right, so these we're going to sew in. This is a nice one. It's just a real big paper, and I shouldn't sew this in. I think I'm going to fold this. Because if I cut it, it might cut away something that she potentially might want to read. I'm going to save this and use this one as one of the cuts to put in. All right, when I say cuts, I mean it's got to be cut down to fit. All right, that was a perforated page, but you see what just happened. All right, so that's going to be right here. I'm going to put this one and just add a piece of specialty paper in here, specialty paper, and put that in here and leave that one there. So now that's 23 pieces, and I'm going to take some paper out. I'm going to take one of these and one of these, and now it's going to be 21. All right, and that's going to be good. All right, because that's how that's got to go. All right, so this one, I'm going to pull over here. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pull this over here and fold it. Don't move. I hate when the papers move. But you can't do nothing about them. They're going to move. Magazine paper hanging out. All right. They're going to move. Okay. Fold it. Where's the clip? The clips. And okay, now we have that. All right, we're going to hold that right there and put this one on here. And then we're going to open this one because we need to add 3 of those papers and take 2 of these. Let's take 2 pieces of white paper. 1, 2. And add these 3. We'll add this one. And we might add... No, don't put them together. I will put magazine here. I will put both of those together. Probably should move them around. Let me see. What's in here? Let's paint. Let's move one of these. Move this paint paper out and move this paint paper back here somewhere. Because it's one up front, up this end. So now we got to refold so that this is all together. If somebody thought this stuff was easy, tell them I said it's not easy. It's work. This stuff is work. Nothing easy about it. You got to focus on purpose. All right, and then this coloring paper is rebellious, okay? And it's only because it's longer than the rest. Okay, that's good. Like that. Then we'll clip this. All right, now that's 2. And then we have these 3 with this one. I'm going to take 2 pieces of paper out. 1 and 2. And then we'll add this one. Let's leave that on the outside. Let's leave that on the outside, and we'll put this one in the middle somewhere. And take this one and put it right here. All right, so this one, I'm going to see how I'm going to turn this one, because I looked at it, but I don't want to cut off the things that I want to cut off. So, should have put it this way, because I'm going to cut from this side. Yes. All right. Still might cut some of it. I hope it don't, but it might. Wait. This one. Let me see. I saw the words was going the wrong way, so I had to go like this. All right. For it looked like I sewed it in upside down, but I didn't. All right. And then we'll put this clip on there. And this is the last one. And we'll take this one, and we'll take maybe this one. And we'll put this. This one is beautiful. I'll put this in the middle. It's like a lipstick and then a shoe. I took it out of a magazine paper. A magazine, not a paper, magazine. All right, and then we got that. Now let's make sure the vocabulary words are going the right way. Yes, they are. But I'm going to flip it over because I don't want to cut that off. All right. Okay. Okay, so now we have everything. All right, because I almost forgot to put those papers in. All right, because I don't have my books out where I can access them, and it'd be a whole problem trying to get to it. So, all right, now we have this. We have all 4 of these, and we have to cut them down so that they can fit inside of here. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to measure this again. It was 8. Here's my ruler. Where is my ruler? Where are you? You're right here. Okay, we don't need both of you. Y'all stuck together. All right, we're going to measure. And that is 8. So we want to be at like 7 3/4. Yeah, like 7 3/4. It's going to make that fit inside of here. And that's what we want. Okay? So tall, this is like almost 9. This is 8 and 8.5. 8.5. So we will make it 7 3/4. And then for the width, 7 3/4. Let me write it on something. Give me a piece of cardboard right here. 7 3/4. And this is for height. And then here we want this. This is at 1. And so that's almost 7. So I'm just going to say put it at 6 and maybe 6 3/4. Yeah, 6 3/4. All right, let's do that. 6 3/4 width. All right, so we wrote that down, and now we're going to just measure this paper so we can know where we want to cut it. This is not wide enough. It's not wide enough, so I don't need to cut it. Let me see. It's going to be all the way out here, like this. And this is going to be fine, too. I'm not going to have to cut it. It's going to be just fine. And we're going to cut this to 7. I want this part to be the bottom. So we're going to cut that right here to 7.5. 3/4 is here. And we're going to follow this line over here, like this. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut these off all like that. Okay? Okay. Everybody with me? Everybody's with me. This is the part that I really hate. I don't like this part at all. And I've been looking for a guillotine, but I ain't going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one. I have one that I bought up there, but it's not sharp like the real kind. And I don't know that it would cut this, but I hate to cut this like this. I just don't like this part at all. But you have to do it. You have to get rid of this paper if you're going to. You know, some people don't do it. I've seen videos like that where it's no-sew. It's a no-sew video, and we're not keeping none of that. And they don't do any cutting, trimming, or sewing. They just pull their papers and put them in. And, you know, that's like true junk journal style. And that's like, it's wonderful because, you know, some people are no measure. Like Pam say all the time, I don't measure over here. She said, I don't measure. And so that's what that is. And she will tell you what some measurements are. But when it comes down to measuring and, you know, you need this and all these great directions and stuff, she don't do that. And some people out here in the junk journal world who don't do any measuring, no cutting, no sewing like this. They don't do it. So, you know, to each his or her own, right? That's what that is. And I say his because there's some men that's doing this stuff too. Like I watch, I haven't watched him in a long time, but his name is Kerry. I think he says Ceri, Kerry the Crafter, or something like that. I watch his channel too sometimes. And people make all of these rules up, but there's no rules. But they make these rules up, and they tell you about how, you know, you got to have this type of paper and, you know, this type of situation. That's because people want to do exactly what they see happening, and they want, you know, well, what are you using and all of that. I know, because when I started, I was doing the same thing. I was like, oh, she using this. I need that. Right. That stuff can get you in the trick bag, and then you're somewhere measuring yourself against somebody else and wishing that your work looked like theirs when they have been in this stuff way longer than you. And some people been in some kind of, you know, crafting course, you know, where they watching somebody do this stuff and, you know, like quilting and all that kind of stuff been going on for years and years and years. And some people just have a knack for it. And you want to do it, just do it. Don't try to do nobody else's stuff. Do your stuff. I'm fighting that all the time. I always got to tell myself, just do what you doing. Don't worry about, you know, what nobody else doing. That's why I keep my eyes on Pam at the Paper Outpost, because she made it possible for me to embrace the idea that perhaps I can do this. She made that possible because she said ain't no rules. If this what you like, this what you like. And some things she be doing, I be like, now Pam put that together like that, and she did this. And soon as she finished making this journal and using these DigiKits and all the things she doing, she gonna post her journal. Maybe not this week, maybe not this month, but when she posts it, that thing will be gone before you can get. I'm talking about if you watching her video and she's doing the finals on that journal that day, and she decide to post it, she might tell you in the video, or she might put it in a community post, and she'll say, journal going on sale tomorrow morning. And so everybody knows that her videos posted like 7 a.m. And so, baby, they be woke. The people be woke, okay? And when she posted, you can believe before 7:30 that thing is sold. I said, you know what? Ain't no need to even go to the Etsy shop because that's it. It's gone. It's gone. It's just over with. Just forget about it. Right. And you're looking at these people make these beautiful, beautiful things. And you're like, man, I can't get there. And if I tell the whole truth, I don't even want to get there with some of the stuff because it's too much. You know, it's good if, you know, you're getting paid and YouTube is paying you and you making money and you have an Etsy shop and you got what you call it, a website or something like that. And, you know, you can do something and make some money from what you're doing. That's good, I imagine. But for us little guys, girls, gals, all of that, no, no, no. No, no, no. Just have fun. My son said, mine, that's a hobby. That's your hobby. I was like offended and everything. Boy, that's not my hobby. I love this stuff. He like, that's your hobby. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just started embracing this my hobby. This your hobby, Joanne. Don't worry about it. Just make a video when you feel like it. And make 2 or 3 of them if you feel like it that day. Why'd you move like that? Nobody gave you permission to move. You trying to mess up my work. The whole thing is out the middle. Now, why would you do that? You know why? Because you didn't do this to make sure everybody was in place. It's because this is a small clip and it can't snatch it down real tight. Let me unclip one of these off of this little thingy. All right, let's go back to this. I don't know what none of that was. That's the first time that happened like that, where everybody start moving out the middle. But it's okay. It's all right. These are the things you got to be ready for. All right. Look, it's still moving. I'm still going to win. It's still moving. Y'all saw that, didn't y'all? I saw it. I'm still going to win. All right, let's go this way and let's do this. Let's see if it can hold it in place this way, like this. I don't know why it's moving like this. I don't know why. I'm going to win because I'm going to get this off and it's going to be nice and even and it's going to be fine. Move over. All right, we almost through. We almost. I feel it. I think that's it. Yep, it's just this piece. There you go. It's not all the way down flush. They said it's a self-healing mat, but I see a whole cut right there. They said self-healing. Somebody have not told the truth. But maybe it'll be healed overnight. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm not sure. All right, some of y'all not playing nice. What is this? Okay. All right. Okay. We trying to get it through. This the part I don't like this. This part I don't like. But I said that, didn't I? I did. Now it's cut right there. So we got 2 cuts in this mat. Okay. Now, let's see. It's still looking like it's not all the way even right here, but it's okay. It's fine. It's still like a little bit up here. I don't like to keep going here because sometimes you think it's cutting the edge and it's not really cutting the edge, but it's cutting inside the papers in the middle or something like that. And then we got that. All right, so now we got that, and we're ready to sew the signatures in. All these going in trash. And we're ready to sew the signatures in. But first we have to measure. We have to measure. When I'm saying measure right now, I'm talking about putting the holes in place for our spine. Okay? All right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about right here. And I need 4. So I'm going to use this Sharpie marker. And I'm going to start below right here. And I'm just going to put 4 here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like that. That's what I'm going to do. Make them bigger. Like so. And then I'm going to drop down about here. And I'm going to do 4. No measuring. Okay? And then right above this, I'm going to put 4. Just like that. And then okay. Now we got that. And then we're going to use these. We got to decide what's the top of the signature and what's the bottom of the signature. So I cut all of these. So I want all of them to be at the top. Let's see these little fray papers. Okay. And then I got some that's hanging out and everything. And that's fine because you can fold them back and make a pocket out of them if you want to or something. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to line this one up. I still got to cut this. Let me see. It's not cut enough. I said 7 3/4. My measurement is not good. See, this is why I don't measure. All right, so this one need to be cut. Let's see. This one it don't need as much cut. I don't know what's happening, but it's okay. I'm still going to win. Same way. And the same way. Because I want this paper to be inside of here. So I want it to be right here and right here. It's okay. I'm going to cut it some more. I told y'all I'm over here practicing, right? Didn't I say that? I did say that. This is my top of cut. Yes, it's my top of cut. This is at the bottom. And put this on top of here. So this can be even with that. Hold on. Don't slide because I need you to stay in place. And then I got to stand up now because I need to be able to see where I want this to be in here, right here. Don't move. All right, you stay there. I want this to be right there. And then put this one on top of here. And I want this to be right here. And then put this one right here. It don't matter how many times you got to do it. It just matters that you stay with it and do it and get it right, if that's what you want to do. And if you want to give up, say, man, I don't got time for this. I don't want to be doing this. I'm finished with this. Then that's okay. It's okay because everything is not for everybody. And if you try it and let me see. I'm trying to make sure it look like it's even. If you try it and it always turns out some kind of way and you don't like it and it gets on your nerves, then you got to decide whether or not you want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. You know, I look at some of my people who do this stuff and I'm like, they so good with this. They so good with this stuff. And I'd be like, I ain't doing no more. I ain't making no more. I've said that. I've said that a couple of times. But y'all see me on here making a video about it. Because I made a couple. And the couple that I made, the people who I made it for, they loved it. I'm not an expert, but I love it. So, you know, sometimes it just takes, you know, more effort, more patience, more trial. You got to work through it and everything a little bit more. And you'll get it. It just takes you longer. And it's okay if that's what you want to do. That's all. I ain't happy that I got to cut this stuff again. I'm not. Especially when my hand be hurting and sore. I be like, man. But I'm determined. So I just cut it again. It's better, in my opinion, for it to be that I have to cut more off than for it to be that I cut too much. And now I need a whole nother journal cover. Now that would be just like, OMG, you know? So I cut that one. Let's see. And just like that, I got enough right there and enough right there. Voila! So, and that still might not come out perfect to me. It might be like the book is like this. And sometimes they look like that. And I'd be like, I can't do nothing about that. That's just got to be that way. And I leave it that way. And I leave it that way. Because I say, I'm not going to start it over. It's going to be just like this. But I made one for my daughter and she loved it. I made one for my son and he loved it. I made one for my ex-husband. He loved it. I just finished making one a couple weeks ago for my pastor. He told me he loved it. My mother loved hers. I'm getting ready to make another one next month for my mother at church. So I got my own mother and then I have a mother at church. And I'm making this for a coworker. My principal loved hers. I didn't make it for her. I made it and I took it to school to show it to the ladies at school. And a couple people want one, but I ain't make it for them because they ain't pressed the issue and I'm not going to be walking around like I'm just trying to make it and sell them. If you want it, they be saying, "Where's my book? I thought you was making me a book." But nobody said that, so I ain't make that an issue for me. And all the books I made, somebody loved it, and I was grateful. So I haven't heard from the lady that I made that last journal for on here with that gold sash. I haven't heard back from her yet. She's pretty busy at this point, but you know, I ain't heard from her. So I don't know. I wrote and asked her, did she get her mail? But she didn't say anything yet, and it's been like 3 weeks since it should have been to her. But I can't worry about that. When she says something, she will. And if she never does, I sent it. She hasn't said, I thought you were sending it. And she hasn't said, I love it. So I don't really know. Okay. So I got to leave all that alone. But I do see her because I follow her on Substack. So I do see her, in that platform. So she's fine. And she's just busy, okay? That's how life is sometimes when you're in social media and in the digital world and you out here doing the thing that you're doing and being discovered and, giving your service and stuff like that. So I don't really know. But I'm just saying that I made these books before a few times, and the people who I made them for loved them. So cutting some more paper down is not a huge thing. It's just, just keep going, girl. You ain't a professional, but it's okay. You ain't got to be a professional. Just do a good job. That's all you need. Just do a good job. And that's all. Okay? So that's where we over here with trying to do a good job. We ain't trying to do nothing else. Just a good job. Okay? All right. Because some of my people know how to do something. I ain't playing. I got a friend on this space, a sister, and she makes beautiful journals. She hasn't made one in a while, and her name is Anna, and she makes beautiful journals, and she makes them very simplistic, very simple, nothing great and grandiose, but her work is beautiful. And I was like, man, even the simplest things can be beautiful. And, it's just, some people just have a knack for what they do. And I just be over here just trying. But I'm grateful for the people who loved the ones that I made. All right, so we got that cut down again. So let's see if we're ready. I hope that we are. Because we're almost at our time to be saying goodnight. Okay? We're almost there. It's 8 o'clock on the clock, and I started at 6:24. So we're almost at our 2-hour mark. All right, let's see, babes. Where we at? Can we get a yes on this one? Let's see. Let's slide this around here. Can we get a yes? Oh, we got a yes. This is a yes. All right, let's see. And still, I didn't cut it far enough because the blue is still right there. All right, let's see about this. That blue's still right there, too. But it's still good. And let's see. And this blue is still right here, too. Well, who you talking to? I'm the boss. You in every video. He like, it's 8 o'clock. He my timekeeper. Y'all do hear him. I'm not going to show y'all him because y'all already seen him all these times. All right, so this is good. We're going to start right here like this, okay? Because this is good. All right, now, which one's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4? So let's do 1. Let's see. Let's do 1. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put this one in the middle though. 1, let's do like this. All right, that's how we're going to sew them in. All right, so let's put this one. This one will be, I'm going to use a regular pencil so I can erase it. All right, can I get a regular pencil for $2? All right, okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to put a 1 right here. And then I'll put a 2 here. And then 3. And then 4. Then I can erase them, okay? And we're going to start with number 4 because you got to put your last one in first, okay? All right, so now we're going this way around there so we can mark where we want to sew them in at. All these things, steps, okay? These are steps. And you have to do them like this. Don't use that so you can see. All right, so we got this. And this, and this. Okay, and then line this up where you want to sew it in there. And then this is not, then we got to start with 3. All right, that was 1. And then for 3, we'll go to the second line, and we're going to put this one here. And here. And here. Okay. And then 2 will be here. And so we'll put this one here. And here, and here. And then 1 will be here. I mean, 1 look like it could stand to be cut down a little bit more because it's very, very much at the top. Like it don't even look like it's, let me see. Yeah, I think I should cut that one a little teeny bit more because it's very much at the top. So let me just take a little bit more off of this one. Just a little bit more, which will be very, very tedious to do. Because I just need a wee bit more off of there. Because it's too at the top. All right, just this. All right, and okay. All right, so we got that. Come on, little cup. And now we're going to move that. And we can remeasure 1 to here. That's better. Because, baby, it was all the way up there. All right. It still feel like it's up there, but it's not the way it was. And then we'll put this one to here. And here. And here. Okay, and that's how we're going to do that. All right, now let's start with number 4. Is this a 4? Right here. Okay, then we're going to open this like this. I'm going to hope it's going to act nice. It's a crocodile too, big bite. We are memory keepers. It's crocodile too. Can y'all see it? I don't know if y'all can see it. But it's a mighty contraption. You might not need this, okay? You can just go ahead and try and do it with this and punch the holes through it with the awl and everything. And it's just simple. You just put it right here and stick a hole in there. Put it right there and stick a hole. It's very simple and very fast. But when you start to stick all of these papers, it becomes a problem sometimes. You're like, golly, that's too much. And it takes a long time. So, it's pushing this material. It's popping. Push this right through. Watch your fingers if you're using this kind of pokey tool, because it can hurt you real quick. It's more than a needle. So now, for me, I'll come back in here this way because I want that needle. Y'all better stop. I want that needle to go through real easy. So one poke might not be enough. You see how that material lifting up under there? Well, I can't do nothing about that right now because I got to sew the paper in there. So I'll add some extra glue in there when I cover the spine again. All right, so now those holes are in. And you can do the same thing with this. You don't have to have no no crocodile. Why does this paper keep moving, honey? This paper don't like me tonight. I realize the paper is just, in some kind of rebellion. All right, let's see. So you can just poke this through like that. And poke this one like this. Some people use a book and they just stick it through a book or whatever, but I just use the tool, watch my fingers, and push. So why I bought this thing do eyelets and it do hole punch and it go all the way through here for the paper for, reaching all the way through. It do a couple different things and I didn't want to buy it, but I bought it. I didn't want to buy the thing. All right, so we got this glue right here. And now while I have this, I'm going to just poke the holes through all of them. So when I sew, I can just sew right on. Look at all these fray papers. You see that? Not good. But I told myself, don't worry about it because that's the indicator to let somebody know that you hand sewed it. If they don't believe it, there's the proof. All right, so we're going to push this through here. It's a little harder because this is a thick purple paper or whatever color it is, like a cardstock. Takes a little more force. And then I push mine all the way through, like to the middle of this, because it gets thicker as it pushes through. So your needle don't have a whole struggle trying to understand what we're doing. What are we doing? Oh, we're sewing. Work with me. I'll put that on here, and then we'll get the next one. And then right here. Just got to be very careful though. I would hate to poke my hand with this. I have done it a couple of times. And it is very, very sharp. Be careful. And one more. One more. And then we will be on our way with that thread. That, what you call it, waxed thread. See how there's a lump right here? It's going like a bevel in there. But it's okay. It's okay. I've seen other people's work look just like this. I said, oh, they didn't do it right either, Joanne. See that? They got 70,000 subscribers plus. And theirs is not perfect. Pam's is never perfect, and she almost got 200,000 subscribers. So, I ain't over here playing perfection. I'm over here practicing. And when I get it, I'm going to still be practicing. Because it's always something new going on and you ain't sure. You ain't encountered everything that can be a thing. Like me trying to think about doing a hidden spine. That's a whole thing tonight. So now this is 2. This is 1. This is 3. And we're starting here. All right. And we already have our thread right here and our needle right here. And we're going to fold this back over. And we're going 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. That's how I do mine. Like, it don't matter whether you go up 1, 2, 3, like that. I just go up, down, and up, and that's 3. All right? And then I'm going to do that again. 1, hold on. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, and 3. I bought a big spool of some kind of meat twine like 2 years ago. 1, 2, and 3. And when I bought it, I also bought a block of wax from Temu because they have some wax, and it's just like how when you are using a piece of paper or washi tape or a sticker and you rub it across a glue right here, like a glue stick, and you add it so that you can get some extra adhesion, right? And what you do is you take the string and you rub it on the wax block and it'll make this. So I said, oh, okay, let's buy that because I'm not going to keep buying that. But some people use only, what they call it, some kind of floss. I forgot what you call it right now. But they use that and that's all they use. Some people use regular yarn. I said, okay. So we got to put this in the middle. Let's unclip something because they're trying to slide together. But you put this right in the middle hole. And if you can't find the middle, you just have to use this thing right here and it'll locate your middle for you. But watch your fingers because these papers keep sliding around. I don't know what's going on with it. They keep on sliding. All right, let's poke it back through here where we started at. And I still ain't find it. But I have not moved. There it is. Okay, and then we take the needle this way. And leave one long piece and a short piece. And then we're going to take it through the last one. Let me see, is this the barcode? Where the barcode? Nope. Nope, it's not. And I measured it this way. I guess it's not going to matter because the barcode is there. I'm going to keep it like this because this is the way I measured it to the paper. And I don't want it the holes to be off. So it don't matter because nobody going to see the barcode anyway. But you go in the middle, you can go to the top or at the bottom. I'm going to go to the top, last lane, and through this hole. And then we're going to cross over the middle. Pull this a little bit, leave the tail in here, and go to the bottom. And work your way through there. The needle will find a hole. And then go in the last lane at the bottom. And then when you do that, then you got to come back in the middle. And if your thread comes out, you got to start again. So you got to be careful and go through that last hole where you started at and right there. Now my string is on this side of the book, so I'm going to make sure my needle come in underneath that string. So it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And, you know, Pam called it angel wings. Okay? But so like this. And then pull it tight and don't rip it. And then make sure it's okay out there. Then you go this way, make a knot, and then go backwards and make a knot. And then go this other way again and make a knot. However you can do it, cross your knot that way and then cross it backwards. And it's supposed to make it tight. They call it a box knot. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they said to do. Okay? So now we have that. Erase this. And then we can hold this. Use the bone folder on this edge. Press that down so that all of these papers can be flat. And then we're going to put in number 3. All right. Number 3 is going down the same way number 4 did. Okay. Oh, it might help if I go to this side. This is so thick you can't even worry about where the eye of the needle is because the whole thing is thick. Just, it don't need, you don't know. It's just right here together. And then we're going to get number 3. And we can take this off. And then we're going through the middle. And that went straight through. And we're going in lane 3 now. Right here in the middle. See how that's not good right there because already that's lifted up. And I don't like that, see? But that's how I pierced it like that, but then it don't look like it's that way. Do you think I care? I'm not going to worry about that because that's a problem. What I care about is it lining up in this book, this whole way down here, okay? Now, I lined it up the best way I could, and and it didn't show up to the hole the way I needed to show up to the hole because I need this hole to be up here where this is. So now what I have to do is have 2 holes. If you have to have 2 holes, don't you even be worried about it. Just make 2 of them and go this way because I've had to do this before. And somebody says she's an amateur. Right. And if they want to buy my journal, they will. And if they don't want to buy it, they don't have to. But this one is a gift. So all this is free. This my paint, this my paper, this my wax thread, this my time, you know, my tape, my glue, all of it. I'm not concerned about perfection. I'm just concerned about, is it functional and is it beautiful? Okay? If they're going to charge me for a double hole, charge me for a double hole. It's going to be okay. Because somebody's not going to sit here and do this at all for nobody else or themselves. They're going to go to the store and buy one or order one online. And that's it. And they're going to look at this one if they see somebody with it and say, oh, that's nice. Well, that's beautiful. Oh, I want one. Where you get that from? That kind of thing. So that's how you got to do it. And don't worry about the imperfections because this is called what? You said it, a junk journal. Okay? All right. And that's where we at. That's how I had to get over these things for me. I don't know how somebody else got to get over it, but for me, and see what I did? I didn't follow my hole. So now that means I got to start again. And it's okay. Just as long as you ain't tie that thing together. And if you tie it together, you have to untie it. I've done that before too. It's very important. See? You got to start again. You have to start again. And it's okay. These are the real things that's happening here. Okay? I heard Pam say before that she sewed in a signature and she sewed it in upside down and didn't realize it till she got to her last one and she had to go back and take the whole thing apart. She had 5 or 6. She had to take them all apart till she got to that one. And then, because you can't do it no other way. All right, now let's focus. Let's go in this one. Okay, now we got it. And then let's cross, pull that. How did I do that? I didn't do this right because the tail should never be outside. I started from the outside. See? It's okay. These things happen. Just make sure you just get it together. See? The fact that I had that extra hole, right, the enemy want me to be all feeling a kind of way. No, we ain't feeling no kind of way. We're going to take that out. This thread going to cross over that hole right there in a minute. And we're going to come back and we're going to cross it up and tie it up and go to the next signature. That's what we're going to do over here. And it's going to be fine. It's not going to make it come apart or nothing like that. Okay? Still going to be good. And then I'm going to put this one in here and go up underneath this bridge here like this. And see how that laid on top of that? You can still see it. You can still see it. It's right there. But it's okay. And then I'm going to even up this string a little bit so that I can have, almost equal. It don't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to be too short. And then we got that. We tie this together. See, I'm going this way with that string. Pull. Now I'm going to take this one around here. It's not easy, but you can do it. Take it around there and pull this one out here. And then I'm going to take this one back around here. And now, okay, we got that. And this one is here. And you can add dangles to this or something like that, whatever you want to do. Now these are even, and that's what we was aiming for. Hold this. I hold my book. Pam know how to do this thing without holding the book, but I don't want that thing to tear and rip my papers, and then I'm looking at the thread, and my whole book is ripped apart. But she been doing it long enough to know how to do something. Okay, now we're going with number 2. Number 2 is right here. Let's erase number 3 off of this one. Okay, where's it at? On the back side? Yeah, it's right there. It's up here. You can't hardly see it, but I did write it on here. It's right here. It's upside down, but it don't matter. It don't matter. That math is good, and that text is good, and that's it. Okay? Now for this one, number two. Okay. Now, I'm going to fold this. This one goes in here. That math is good. This text is good. All right? And then our other thread is here. And we're just almost done. Okay? We're past our 2 hours. I know we are because we are on 8:27. So, yeah, it's 2:05 on this clock. All right? So we're going this way. And let's make sure that looks pretty close. But you'll know when you put this, see why this hole right here. So we're going to just go this way and see. Do a line up. It lines up with the book, so that's good. As long as it's lining up with these papers at this bottom, you know it's okay. But that other one was looking like this. I said, we got to poke a hole. You go in there, second lane, come through the bottom. You can do bottom or top. I said that. And then pull this in here a little bit more because you don't want to lose it. And then take this one up here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle again. Oh, can't get it through there. There it is. And then go in this second lane. And then we're coming back out. You see how it's looking? And then pull a string, hold the needle, go in the second middle and through this middle. But try not to stick it through the thread. And then we're going to find this because this one is not directly in the middle, but the needle is in the paper. And this is here. Pull this one and go that way. And then we have that. And go over here. Make sure that's kind of in there flat. And pull that together. Take this off and tie this. I got to make sure it's in there. It don't look like it's down flat enough. All right, let's see. Okay, we'll get rid of that. The strings are flat back here, so I got to open this up first and hold on and pull this down some more. And then try it. And then go around this way. And then go around this way. I don't know how I did that. I think it's wrong, but it's okay. All right. And this string is not as long as these, but it's okay. It's still okay. That's 3 in. All right. Now let's match this. All right. And then, all right. In my book, not flat. It will be in a minute, but it's not yet. All right. And then, but that's okay. Okay. Now let's put this last one in. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. And now this one, we can erase. And then let's see what kind of text we have for this. Let me see. So that's white. This one is burgundy. This one is, I'm trying to see the outside of the signature, and that's math. So maybe we'll make this floral with this color page like this. Let's give some interest for the eye. Okay. This, oh man, I don't know if I can. Oh, it's all right like that. Okay. So, let me see. I'm going to take this. Let me see. I'm going to take this out. I know. I want it right here. I know. I just think I want it right there. All right? I just think I want it right here. That's okay. And put it on this side like this. And where's the all? Because I can't see with all of these pretty dots. I just got to make sure I can find the holes. Because I did poke them. Where's it at? Oh, this is not... Oh, maybe I got to turn it around. Okay? Because it looks like this one is here. And right here. And right there. Ouch. I poked my finger. I did. All right, so I'm going to put that right there so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to put this in here. Okay, y'all? So thank y'all for hanging out with me and everything. I hope y'all enjoyed this little video. Me making a... Make sure ain't nothing bleeding. Making a journal. Oh, see, that's not okay. See what's happening right there? See? I'm in the middle hole, and it's going through that hole, but look where the paper at. See that? That's a problem. You cannot have that like that. And it's not because I took that out, because if I move that, okay, that's just one sheet of paper, and I put this right here, it's still right there. Not good, okay? You see that? That's a problem. That means that up here is hanging out like this. Okay. So what do we do when that happens? Oh, we get everybody in line. How you get everybody in line? You find something like this, a ruler, and you get everybody together. And you put this in here because that's what you want in there. And since we got to do something else, we're going to do it like this. And hold them all together. And we're going this way. And we going to have two signatures with a double hole. And might have all three of them this time. Who in the world knows? I don't know, because that hole is right there. And I need this one to be centered. Okay, so I put this, line it up with my bottom ones like that. And then I look and I say, this looks like this can go right here. And so I'll push it right there and like that. And then I'll put that, and that looks like that can go. So now I'm push that all the way through. And then we're going to start with the needle, and we'll see, does it work for the top and the bottom? And if it does not, then we will make it work. Like we had to recenter that line, because we can't have it looking crazy, okay? It can look crazy a different kind of way with extra holes, but it cannot look crazy hanging out the book, okay? So now we're coming in the bottom, first lane, like this. Somebody say, I don't want you to make me no book. Okay, I won't. And somebody say, I don't mind you making me one. And I say, okay, I will. All right, now we got to look for the hole. Excuse me. And since I can't find it, I get this all, because there is a hole here. And the other holes are here. Where? Right here. Well, why aren't you moving? Oh, it's right here. So I have to find it so I didn't re-poke a hole. I had to line them up by the hole and see if this going to work. If not, okay, it looks like it works. Let's see how it works at the top. Because we don't know. We don't know till we try it. Okay, so this hole is here, which is over there. And I'm just going to poke it right here so it can be right there where it should be in the center. And then I'm going to look for the other holes right here and hope that they line up with the spine outside here. And we'll see when we pull them all together, is it a good thing? All right, so that's over there. Keep pulling. Hold it. Keep pulling. All right. Looks okay. Let's see. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be okay. Looks like it. All right. And now we'll find out. All right, let's see. All right. So this is what it looked like. That's how it turned out. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's pretty okay. I can go with it. Okay. And then we're going to make that tight and tie this down. And that. And that. And now we're done. And that's what we got. Very nice. Very nice. I can go with that. Now, we gotta press these down so that they can be flat when you open it. Hold on, not that. Hold on. This one. I didn't put nothing in here. It's okay. I don't have to have anything in there. I can always add a piece of washi tape in there. Because I don't want it to be too thick. Because I want to try a hidden spine. How you going to add washi tape in there? Let's do it. I'll show you how. So for here, I'll just add a little bit of wet glue. A little bit. And I know it looks like it's a lot, but it's not. It's just a little bit. And then I will wipe it. Wipe it right there. And I got some washi tape right here in a bin. I always keep some up here on my desk, on my table, whatever you want to call it. And let's unclip this drawer thing. I always keep some up here, okay? This one can work. I might use 2, 3 of them, who knows? This might be too wide, but I think it's going to be fine because a thinner one will be too thin. Let's see which way. Not that way. It's got to be one of these ways. I feel something here. No. There it is. And we go slow without tearing. Then we can just put a piece of washi tape right in the spine. Right here. And tear it off. And put it right there. And right down in there. And press. And then you just do it between all the signatures. And it's good right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And put this one. Okay. And then I don't want this thing to drop. You got to focus on this little piece. So while you're trying to do this stuff and get a little clog in it and you just be like, Man, I can't even work with this. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, we can let's use this black one. Okay. And pull that gently. We don't want it to tear. Put a piece right in there. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Then put that down. It's okay. We'll go right back and get the edge. It's right here. Right here. Pull it down. You lay down. You lay down. You still rising up. And then we'll put this piece in. Hold on. Hold on. It's wet glue, so it's not trying to act nice. But it's okay. And look, it's tearing again. It's okay. It can tear all these times. We just gonna work with it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Just need a small piece now. And then we'll put this piece. You lay down. Get another little piece of glue here, just so that we can. All right, just move fast. And then put that down right here. And it's okay. And now let's go to this one and do the same thing. Just a little bit. Rub, rub, rub. And then we're going to use that same one we used the first time. So it can kind of be cohesive or something, you know? And try to pull it easy so it don't tear. Slide that down in here. Pull it down some. It's tearing. I feel it. Here we come. Good. Okay. And then slide that down. And then we can tear a piece of this off. And then press that. And then go in the back and get this little piece right there. In fact, I might not put that here because I'm going to put some lace there. And then, yeah, we'll put the lace, run that all the way around. Okay? How many people watching? 10 people? Oh, let me get my lace. And we'll just finish that part. And then we'll be finished. Okay? We just dropped that washi tape right in there. So between this first signature and the second one, we have that. And then we have black. And then between 3 and 4, we have that flowery, well, it's not flowers, leaves. Okay, so let me get some lace. Okay, I'm going to even these up a little bit. And just no, I'm going to leave these because these too long. So I might add some dangles to that. I ain't sure. But I ain't going to do it tonight. But I am going to put the lace down. Let me get my basket off this table over here. Let me just grab that. And we can add something real quick with that glue. And that can be finishing off the cover. Because I said I'm going to put some lace around there. And I can. Okay? We'll run it right here, around here like that. Okay? And make it all beautiful and everything. So we have this kind. And what you call this rick-rack stuff. Let me see. I might not have enough of these kinds right here like this stuff. Let me see what this is. I have all of this. See, that would be pretty. But I don't think I'm going to have enough of it. Let me see. That's one. I don't think I got enough. I got this Rick Rack stuff too. I used some of that one. Let me see if there's any of this burgundy. This is two. That's two of those. Okay, so we ain't gonna use that. All right, so we only have one piece of this because I used this in another project. I remember that. Okay, so let's set this off to the side. Let me get these feathers. I want my cats to get excited. This is not Pootie Toys. Okay, all right. So we have all kinds of things over here. All kinds. I know you might want to see. Let me let you see with me. Okay? Somebody said, well, what are you doing? I'm looking at this. Hold on. Why are you all tangled up in here like this? Nobody gave you permission to do that. Okay? So I have some more of this kind of stuff here. I have all things. All of them. Okay? All kinds of things. Let's see what we find in here that we want to use. Look at this. Somebody gave me this at my old school. You want this or put it in the trash? I said, why would you put it in the trash? Just, okay, I'll take it. Give it here. Okay. So I have this burgundy, but this is thin, and that's not going to work. And I have this. This is red. Let me see how wide this is. So I don't know. Oh, that might work. But I don't know if I'm going to use red. Let me see. What else is in here? Because it don't have to be matchy-matchy. It just need to be beautiful, right? It's black and white. It's Christmas ribbon. This paper. It's like leather or something like that. Let's see what we can find in here that we can use that will be wide, like this stuff. This stuff is wide. I got a lot of this, but I don't know if it's going to go with this book. I got this, like this. It might go with it. It might, but it might be too wide. So I got burgundy of this, and I got burgundy that one string. Let me see. We might can make something happen. I don't know. I gotta see if I find one more piece of. I don't think I had no more of this burgundy either. No, that's brown. I don't want to use brown. And most of these twines are thin because they for like closures. It's not going to be enough to cover that. But we're going to find something that we can use. That's red. And we don't want to use red. Orange, white. Look at this thing. This is a whole cloth. This is a whole cloth. Wonder if do this match. Let me see. I think this might work. I think this might work. All right, let's look at that. All right, let's look at that. I think that's what I'll use. All right, let's see. Let's move all this stuff right here. Put all this back over here. And let's see. I got this eyelash stuff. You can use that too. You can use anything you want to use. Where's that? I dropped something. I had to pick that up. Okay. This stuff right here, I don't think it's going to be enough of it because I need to do both sides, right? And it's not going to be enough. So don't use it. All right, but we might can use this because there's a lot of this and it's going to match this part and the inside. Let me see. It's got wire in it. I don't think I want to use this. Let's see. I know it's going to be pretty, but I'm just thinking maybe if I squeeze it and scrunch it, it can work. It can be lovely. All right, let's use some. But it can't do this piece. So that's what my concern is, how I'm going to do. But I don't know. Let's see how I'm going to handle this. Let me check. Give me the purple scissors. Give me these so I can straighten this edge up, this ragged. Okay. And then I'll put a little bit of glue here so it don't fray. See how, okay, y'all see? That thing just fast. It's not a joke. As soon as you're not looking, it's like, oh, somebody forgot to put the cap on. Yeah. I don't know who would do something like that, but apparently it happened. Okay, so I'm wiping this glue on my skin, and I'm thinking maybe I will just use this. Because it's going to be a little bit bulky, but bulky is okay because this can go. Okay, so let me see. Don't use that. Don't use that because that, even though I can use some, I'm going to put just a little bit of it. Just a little bit, just so it can have some extra grab. And then down here, just a little bit. And then, where's the pen? Because y'all know I got to put this in here. Y'all saw what just happened. Okay, now, let's use this glue right here. No, that's empty. Didn't I say I have one more? I thought I do, but I think it's empty. Yeah, this definitely empty. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that one. All right, but we're going to use this. Okay, here we go with the diggeroo. Somebody said the diggeroo. Yeah, the diggeroo. We got to just dig a little bit out. Okay? And use some of this because this will hold it on real good. All right, and then we're going to stick it down here like this. Like so. And kind of scrunch it up the way it would look if it were sewn. But we have to make sure that we keep it like where it can be part of the design. Okay? It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I think it'll be nice. All right? Because the outside is this cream color. And then this little circle stuff is cream color or whatever. And we just need to do something like this. And it can be all right like this. Okay? Okay. And then we'll find something fancy to fancy up the inside. Make some kind of pocket or belly band or something like that to fit the whole thing. Okay? Nice. Okay? Wrap this straight around like this. We already got a little bit of wet glue. Let's add a little bit of this. And then we'll hold it all down. You stay on there. And we will stick this and crunch it. Hold on. Crunch it and roll it together like it was sewn, like a ruffle kind of thing. Okay? Let's get a little bit more, which should really turn out pretty cool because the whole edge of it is also cream. So it all matches. Okay. Then we'll go this way and put a little bit on here for this edge, like so. Push this down on here. Push that. And then squeeze and scrunch. And squeeze and scrunch. And get these scissors and cut that right there. And that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I think so. Right. And then for this piece, that can stay there. It's just tape. It can stay just like that. I might add something to it later, but we got something for that, and it's beautiful. This gives it a ruffle outside of the book, and it's wire, and it's beautiful. And then when you look on the inside is lovely. Wonder if I got two pieces of this. If I can fold this. Oh, I do. Look at there. So let's cut this about here, like so. And we can use a piece of this also. We don't need that one. We need this one. And then we will just add a little bead of glue here. Small bead of glue there. And this thing. How nice. Put it right up underneath here. Put this little piece right there. And lay that right there. Don't hold my hand. I'm going to put this piece of tape on here so that that don't stick right there. And then we're going to put this one on here like that too. And drop this on here. Right there. And that's nice. And then we're going to do the same thing we did over here. Where's that little pen? Okay. Then this will be here. And we will start this one right here. I know somebody say, she can't be serious. Learn something from me. What did you learn from me? That you can use all of your glue. That's what you learned tonight. If you have to punch an extra hole, it's fine. And you can use all of your glue. Now that's something to learn. Okay? Scrunch, 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 scrunch. All the way up. And then add some glue. Just a little bit all the way around. You sit down there because we need you to stay in place. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. And then, where's my knife? I already put this glue on here. And scrunch it. And put it here. Let it hang over a little bit. Make sure you scrunch it, scrunch it, scrunch it. Squeeze and scrunch. Okay. And then get some more of this glue. Where's the cup? Tube cup. Get it out of there. Put that on here. And put this down. I don't think it's no more. I think that's gone now. We cleaned out 2 of them tonight. All right, we're doing good. We got one more. Let's see. It's not too much in here, but we're going to get you 2. Come on. You got to go do something for us. Help us out now. Everybody's working together. All right, and then we're going to flip you over. So we need you this way. Okay, turn sideways. And then some more of this. Okay. And put this down here. Put some under here. So you can act nice. Okay. And then scrunchy scrunch. Push you out. And push you up. And hold on. Scrunchy scrunch. And then there's a little bit more glue in here. A little bit more. Okay. And now you are empty. And wipe that off on there. And then we're going to scrunchy and squeeze. Okay. And then we're going to get this last one that we need to dig. Dig. Okay. And then we'll put some here and here. And scrunch. And scrunch. And then we almost done. Almost done. Oh, yeah. See all of that, y'all? That's a lot of glue. Don't throw that away. I'm not throwing that away. Oh, no. That's a lot. And then put this down here. Stretch it all out. Try to get, you don't have to have it everywhere because wherever it's going to hold, it will hold right there. And this little piece won't be coming off. It's going to be fine. Okay? All right. And then that's that. And we scrunch and turn, squeeze. And turn and squeeze. Squeeze. And squeeze. And hold on. And then we're going to cut this about right here. And squeeze it together so it fit right there. Maybe a little bit more. And put this down right here. And squeeze it. And put this in there. And there we have it. And that turned out nice. Look at that. This is the scruncheroo. This piece ain't hanging out too much, but it's too late to move it because it's dry. But that's okay. It's all right. And then when you open it, it looks like that. This is, I don't want to stick to this paper here, but it's okay. We can pick this up then. Put that down on here. I don't think I like it like that. Just put it right there. It's good. Okay, good. So there we go. It's nice. I like it. And then it's nice. Very nice. And it's still clean. It's nice, nice, nice. So we're all done for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out. Let me find that tape. And then we'll see if I got any comments and things, because I have not looked at anything in whenever. Okay? Let's see. Put that on. Still got, oh, it's nothing in there. Trash. Okay? And then my table is a whole mess, but I'm going to leave it like this. File that glue right off of my letter opener. That's what I'm doing. I got about 3 more of these sander blocks. A 3-pack. I bought it from Temu. This one came from Dollar Tree. And I had it in my drawer, my utility drawer for a while. And I saw Pam using it. I said, I got one of them. Let me put that on my table. And then I ordered some from Temu. Okay? Let's brush this off with this eyelash stuff here. Okay? It's lovely. I like it. It's got some little hairs on it, but it's okay. I do have to put the lid on here because I don't want this. Where's the tapes at? Child, oh, you dropped them in there. Okay. Because I don't want this to, sometimes my stuff be falling off the table down the basement steps. And I don't want this thing to have no kind of accident when ain't nobody looking, okay? Put this stuff back up here, like that, and that over there. Okay, so now that's it, okay? I'm finished. I gotta put my scissors up, these my shears, because I don't play that. My son might come by here and be like, I need a pair of scissors. And then he'll cut something with that I don't know. And then my scissors messed up. We saved that. Okay, so this is it. It's going to sit here. And tomorrow I'm going to work on this some more. I don't know if I'm going to film about the whole thing tomorrow. I want this out some more, but it's too late because I didn't grab it fast enough. But anyway, that's what we have. And let me check my comments and everything. All right, so what does it say? Somebody says, this let's go. That's vegan. And it says, is this ASMR? I guess so. What you doing, girlie? Oh, I was just trying to make this junk journal for a coworker. Okay, somebody said it looks complicated. It can be. It takes a little bit of effort. You got to focus on the whole thing and everything. So this is going to be what this is going to be. Where's my black pink and shears? I'm getting off, y'all, because I can't stay on here all night and everything. I got to get off. But I just want to see how this thing will look right here. If I use this as my piece for her front of her book. That purple is so cute right there. I want to take that off. I don't know how this is going to look. So I'm trying to kind of trim this up a little bit and see, does that work? I might keep that. Where's the stuff at? Oh, that might work. That might work. It's kind of nice, I think. Let me see. I think that might work. I think it's kind of cool. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I'm going to leave it there and see how I like it when I walk past it in the morning on the way to work, okay? And we'll decide. I don't know what I'm going to use. I might put a book page under it or something like that and, come together with the whole thing. I don't really know. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might not use it at all, but I think it's nice. I was thinking about this and some butterflies right there. So we'll see. I think it looks kind of cool. I think this looks kind of cool as a cover, but I don't know. I might need a big piece of book page to put around it or something like that. But for tonight, that's going to be all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. It's been almost 3 hours. This is incredible. This is, but this how I do. I don't really know. It's not for everybody. It's for those who say, yeah, these are the kind of videos I like. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe and everything. I always be saying that, and then sometimes I don't because, listen, whoever's in the chat is in the chat. But when the video ends, you still can go back and comment, okay? Because they don't save comments from the chat. So that's why people say like, comment, and subscribe. Because on live, they not going to save none of this. But anyway, I appreciate your time and your support and your secret pop in and pop out. Oh, she's still on and all of that. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace. Much love to you all.